April 7th, 2023. Catherine Davis will be joining us next week instead of this week. So we're going to have a little bit more of a non-formal update today. And we'll just talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. We do have a couple of good things coming up. See Mr. Dave Soto there. Him and Stacy are going to talk at our next main event on April the 18th. So mark your calendars. Our networking starts at 6:30 at the Moolah Shrine Center. And then the actual event starts at 7 o'clock. So be sure to mark your calendars. If at all, if possible, be there on location because you always get more out of the experience. Of course, we will have that have it recorded too, or we'll have it on Zoom, but it's always best to be there in person if at all possible. A couple other things we got coming up. Let's see, Catherine Davis will be here next week instead of this week. She had some other obligations, which a lot of people do today. We do have a couple of bus tours coming up though for some investment properties. I don't know if you remember Peter Hoffman that was here, him and Tony Gillespie Smith was here a couple months ago at our main event, and they talked about all the vacant properties. We got over 25,000 vacant properties in St. Louis alone, and we're going to have a bus tour. And we're going to go in a couple of go in some neighborhoods. I think we're planning lunch and a couple other things. This will be kind of fun. And then I was talking to Kristen afterwards, and we plan on having a follow-up on what to do with some of these properties, maybe a deep dive working lunch for another weekend. So we're going to do some of that. So anyway, watch your emails and watch the website too for that. We also, the other announcement that I have is on April 29th, which is a Saturday, we are going to have with our REIA group, we are going to have a real estate investing 101. It's not only for beginners, but we're going to have a lot of stuff that we're going to be going over. We're going to have contracts, clauses. We're going to have finding properties, due diligence. We're going to have some experienced board members on their experience, because I know myself, especially if you're new or even if you're not, you can get a lot out of what other people are doing because we all have kind of a different perspective and a different viewpoint when it comes down to it. So let's see. And I think that's about the only announcements I have. I don't think Jim was going to be here today, and Lloyd may or may not be here. I just got a text from him a little while ago. He's working with a window guy at one of his rental properties. So that's about all I have. I guess we'll have Laura do our little disclaimer, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So Laura, are you?
Good morning and welcome everyone. First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping. Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you want to share into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have and need for our real estate. We are not your financial advisor, attorneys, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You're advised to do your own due diligence to your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is normally Ask the Attorney with Ms. Catherine Davis. Our meetings are recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Thank you, Laura. Okay, does anybody have anything they'd like to open up with? I know, Alex, we were talking earlier, and what were you looking for now? A list? Maybe somebody here might know that. Are you still there, Alex? I know we can't see you, or you can't see us. I think you can see us. But he was asking for a list of certain zip codes. Does anybody know where they could get a list of everybody in a zip code? No?
Still nothing? Well, I found one place online, so.
Okay.
We'll see how it works out.
Okay, maybe you could share that with us next week and see how that goes.
Sure.
With it. That'd be
Sure.
great. Mm-hmm. Anybody got anything they're selling today? Anybody want to buy anything? I think we always have some buyers. Oh. People are just waiting for their Easter eggs. Is that what we're doing? Okay, is anybody working on anything that they would like to that need help with, would like to share with us? Anything like that? Quiet people.
Hi, John. This is Nedra. What do you mean by working on anything? Do we have anything that we want to promote in terms of products or services?
You're welcome to share that here, Deidre. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, I can start.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I am Nedra from Effortless Charm Staging. And what I do is I stage residential properties that are sold on the market in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And what I'm doing is I'm looking to add value to those who are fixing and flipping homes, because I do offer a remote do-it-yourself vacant home staging service. So it's staging where the client gets to control the staging budget. And I will add my information in the chat.
That's great, Deidre. Yeah, in addition to adding to the chat, could you also mention it verbally so those watching the replay will have access to your contact information you would like to share?
Oh, yes, I'm actually going to. So what I will do is I will, if you want to contact me, the number is 214-789-2545. The email address is info@effortlessstaging.com, and Effortless Staging has 3 S's in the middle. And the website is effortlessstaging.com. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if you could type it in there too, just for those that need to write it down like myself, that would be great. Thank you. Excellent. In Dallas, what's your weather like down there today in Dallas, Nedra?
You know, we've had overcasts and it's a little bit cooler. Right now it's 57. It's back and forth, but we're seeing glimpses of springtime. And I love to go outside and I love to walk, but it's just, I don't know if you know Texas weather, but it's what people call bipolar. So it's back and forth. One day it's hot, the next day it's cold. So it's definitely back and forth weather, and it's supposed to warm up at some point.
Oh, it will. I guarantee you it will warm up at some point. Dallas gets a little warm. Beautiful. Yeah, we have relatives down there. It's a great place. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm on the hunt for some lawn service folks, and thought I'd ask the group if anybody has any suggestions or somebody that they would recommend.
Sure, Tim. Is that what area are you talking about?
South St. Louis, south of 44.
Okay. South St. Louis.
And
Between
is that
between that and Dutchtown.
between where in Dutchtown?
Between 44 and Dutchtown.
East or
Bevel.
west part of the city?
Pardon?
East or west part of the city. Some companies won't go real far west.
Yeah, west. It's like from Bevel Mill,
east. Go ahead.
Bevel Mill to, or Bevel Mill, however you pronounce it, to straight up to 44, around in that area.
So the Bevo Mill area,
Yeah.
I'm real happy with Manicure Lawn.
Okay.
Red Oak's another one.
Pardon?
Red Oak.
Okay.
Tim, if you
Good.
give me your number, I can pass it on to 2 folks that I know. They're just little, very dependable. You might get a cheaper rate.
Okay. I'll have to just give it to you here. I'm on my tablet because my computer doesn't work. And
Same here.
I don't know how to operate the chat here. So my
If
number
you
is
could just give me your contact number.
573-541-5228.
Okay, great. I'll pass that on, and if they want the extra work, they'll contact you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you all.
Judy, I'd be interested in information as well.
You want to give me your name and number?
Sure, Patrice. 314-374-1616.
I'm sorry, 314.
374-1616.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, there's some good tips for some grass cutting. Stacy, you had mentioned, what was it, red oak? Is that?
Yes, yep.
Okay, do you happen to have their contact information that you?
I don't have it on hand, but I can just look it up real fast. They do, they're a pretty big company. So they can do, they do all over St. Louis and they have pretty good rates.
Okay. Because I know it's something we all have to be concerned with coming up here is the grass cutting and manicuring, because if you don't, the city will pay attention. And I know if you get on their list, some of the municipalities like to send somebody out every 3 weeks. And guess where that goes? That goes on your tax bill before you pay your taxes. How do I know that? That's happened before. So
Yep.
that's things to be concerned with. And I know that real soon here, it's going to be a concern for a lot of us. So yeah, there we go.
I
Yeah,
just
I wanted to.
oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I just wanted to add something real quick. I can't remember the name of the person that was going to pass my number along. If the individuals aren't willing to give me a tax number, they're off the list. Yeah, I know a lot of them like to just work cash, but I do have a lot of work for them, and they'll comfortably go above that $600 limit.
Okay, that is a good point, because a lot of people do like to work kind of under the radar, but I personally do not like that either. Everything needs to be up front on the table, and you got to take care of your own taxes.
Exactly.
So good point, Tim. Thanks. All right. Anybody else working on anything? This is some good information here. Nobody has anything they want to sell today or buy. Usually we have some wholesalers on here that have some things going on. I know, like I said, we do have some things coming up, which will be some off-market properties. This will be very interesting. I'm kind of excited about this coming up. June, it looks like June 24th will be our first bus tour. Like I said, we'll have more information on that, but we're going to focus on some neighborhoods that some of them they're doing things on, and some of them they're not. We're also going to have some information from some rehabbers and some funding also. So if you're looking for some funding for some of your projects, you'll be sure to watch your inbox and and the website for those also.
John, did you say June 24th for the bus tour?
June 24th is our tentative date, Jeannie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it's not carved in stone yet, but that looks like the best date that worked for a lot of the people that we're putting together with this with the group. So that's the idea. We'll probably, what we'll plan on doing, we're going to do another one in probably September in another neighborhood, and that's subject to change too. But what we're looking at doing is meeting at the Moolah Shrine Center at like maybe 8 o'clock and have something like 8 to 3 on a Saturday with lunch too, as what we're looking at too, because the working lunches seem to work out a little better than if everybody scatters on their own and then we have to get everybody back together. So that's what we're planning on right there.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Hey, John, you said you'll send an email out on that bus tour?
Yeah, John, I personally won't, but we'll have the information together, and you should be getting, you should be on there getting something about that. Yeah.
Thank you.
as soon as we have something, John, in fact, always, as you know, you tune in on Fridays here. We usually have the most updated information too that we could possibly have. So I know we're going to meet with those guys, with the attorneys, with Peter and Tony, Brittany, and then Kristen again in 2 weeks. So we'll have some more details on that, John.
Thank you.
I've got a couple of small properties that are currently off market but at some point maybe on market that I'll bring up to you guys first. And I'll also put them in the chat. So one of them, both of them are being marketed right now at 35,000, both tenant occupied. The first one is in the city, 63115. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. 1,100 square foot, long-term tenants paying $710 a month. A landlord pays sewer, and it's priced at approximately 4 years rent to reflect cosmetic condition. They've been there a long, long time. Flooring would likely need replaced, walls would need painted and such. The other property, also 35K, is in Jennings, 63136. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 672 square foot. It has a full basement that's not included in the square footage. Tenants have been there since 2020, paying $600 rent. Then the landlord pays sewer and trash. Also 5% discount for anybody purchasing both. And I'll put my contact information in there right afterwards. I can be reached at 832-465-5226.
Okay, thank you, Melody. Very nice. Yeah, I see you got the information in there too. Okay, perfect. There's a couple off-market deals.
Hello, John.
Yeah, there, Charles. Yeah, it looked like you had something in there. I'm just scrolling. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just put my cards up there. I was just going to let you know that I do have financing available as always, and I've also got the capabilities of signing up with a prospective rehabber that is well established and get 100% financing for purchase, closing, and rehab. So up to 75% of ARV. So that's something that's of value to someone that don't have a lot of cash to put down.
That might be something you might want to share a little bit more with us when we come up with these with the bus tour, Charles, in a couple months.
Okay.
Funding is always huge for investors, and like you said, it's good to have a track record. A lot of times it's harder to get started. Sometimes we can, come up with some cash though, if we're fairly decent borrower, or even if we're not. So that's
if I'm comfortable with the situation, I can get it done. Once, and also someone that's got, say, 8 HUDs within the last 2-3 years that shows a profit, I can get them the premium financing also on their own.
Could you put your contact information out there?
Yeah, I put on my cards on the chat already. I put it up there because I didn't know if I was going to make it work or not. So I already did it.
Okay.
Could you verbally say it also, your contact information for us, Charles?
It'd be Charles Grothin, Lakeview Investment Strategies, 815-324-2133.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sunday McElwain. I am the owner and founder of Black Girls Buy Houses. We are a wholesale company outside of Washington, D.C. And I just saw you all on Meetup online. And I said, let me join you all and, introduce myself, as well as, being a service provider to you all that are cash buyers that are looking for properties. I am definitely most interested in connecting with you all to bring you all properties in your area. I hear so far we have St. Louis and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I have different investors that are already in those areas, so it's not too unfamiliar to me. So please reach out to me as well. Right now we have some apartment syndication deals going on that I'd like to share with you all. If you go onto my website, it's on blackgirlsbuyhouses.com/investing. I can also be reached at 202-800-4475. Like I said, I'm here as a service to you all. I've been doing wholesaling for around 7 years, started off in the Richmond, Virginia area. And like I said, we're in primarily the DMV area right now, but definitely looking forward to expanding, post-pandemic with new investors and cash buyers outside of DC. So please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Like I said, my name is Sunday McElwain. And again, my telephone number is 202-800-4475. And please be sure to go to my website at blackgirlsbuyhouses.com/investing to get more information. And also on that site, there's a sign up where, you'll be exclusively with that username and password. You can see our deals that we have available. So I look forward to talking to you all and staying connected.
Thank
Great.
you, Cindy. Could you put your information in the chat also, Faris?
Yes, I sure
Right
will.
now. That's great. Thank you very much. And yeah, we do, today we did have people from St. Louis and Dallas. We typically do have people from all over the country though, and actually in other countries too that tune in now and then. So we've had people as far as India and also New Zealand and Australia. And we typically do have people from California quite a bit. Some of our members are out there and just in other parts of the country. So we have members in 16 states now that I'm familiar with, and maybe even more. So
Okay.
yeah, you're always welcome to come here, and thank you for coming. Appreciate that.
Welcome.
Okay, good shares today. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us? Anybody working on a project they got a question on? This is usually a good place to talk to people here too. Let's see, we got.
Hi, yes, I sent that over, Lindia Bryson here, and it's a mouthful, but essentially I'm partnering with 2 different clients right now, and they are pretty much seeking off-market properties, highly sought areas, prefer them to be direct to seller and off-market. Like I said, it's a mouthful, and I'm willing to obviously communicate with anyone who would love to discuss any of these details and further. I have one out-of-town investor who pretty much anywhere in St. Louis, no occupieds, no foundation issues, but the purchase criteria is pretty much wide open, quick closings. Some inspections may be required, sometimes they're not. And then I also have another investor that I'm working with who's essentially looking for 30+ unit multifamilies across St. Louis. Preferably the more units, the better, but 30 minimum would be ideal. So yeah, and you can send them to my email. I can also submit my telephone number here. Yeah, so just looking to make some deals. If anyone has anything, I would love to speak with you.
Thank you, Lydia. Do you mind mentioning your contact information verbally too for anybody that might be watching the replay?
Yes, my telephone number is 314-322-1234. 1178. And my email address is my first name, Lindia, Lindia, Bryson, Brison, realty @gmail.com.
Thank you, Lindia. Appreciate it.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Guys, I'm Serena Bales. I'm in the Kansas City market. I'm an investor realtor and an investor myself. We've done flips, buy and holds, and we also go as far as St. Joe and as south as Peculiar. And I live in Lexington, so I go as far east as Marshall, Missouri. As far as potential properties, I have 2 leads on some urban core properties that are gutted. I'll put the details in the chat. As far as the properties, my phone number is 913-912-9350. I do a lot of boots on the ground services. So if you guys have leads in the areas and need some eyes and ears that are more experienced, that's something I do also. And be happy to be of any service.
Thank you, Serena. Great. All right. Okay, yeah, if you could put that in the chat too, it looks like you might be working on it. That's excellent. So always good to have it for people who like to write it down, but I always like to have you also mention it verbally like we talked about, because a lot of people do typically watch our replays and we don't, it just, I've said this before, but we don't, I won't give out your business card, but whatever you say that you want, how you want people to get a hold of you, we're always happy to share that. So appreciate it. Okay, Amber, you got a question there. It looks like, is anybody interested in a complete gut rehab? Can you unmute yourself, Amber? Is there any way you could tell us about that? What else? Maybe not. She might be at a place where she cannot unmute it. You do have your contact information in there. Can you tell us a little bit more about it, Amber? Is there any way you could tell us maybe what area it's in, how much you wanted for it, or anything else? Maybe not. Oh, here. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Serena. There's your information there. A lot of good opportunities today for some off-market properties here. Now here's Amber 263-115-10,000. She's got a ton of pictures. Okay. Tons of pictures are good. And her contact, it's agraypropertyllc@gmail.com. I normally won't share the stuff. I'll have you do it, but I know Amber, so she's on our board here with STLREIA, so I don't think she'd mind me saying that verbally. So it's all right.
Hey, does anybody know a good bookkeeper?
Good bookkeeper. Anybody got a bookkeeper
I got
they'd like to share?
some questions to ask them about. Trying to figure out how to enter these settlement statements when you double close into the like QuickBooks. And my name is Marlon Clark with ZMC Investments. 314-292-9077, and I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you, Marlon. And Melly just put a Hall CPA PLLC in the chat here for you. There's a website there. Looks like the realestatecpa.com. right. Okay, and there's Marlon's got his contact information in there. Did you say it verbally, Marlon? Do you mind repeating it if you did? If you could, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think I did say it verbally, but I'll say it again.
If you don't mind.
Marlon Clark, Marlin, like the fish. 314-292-9077.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I had your number, but I didn't have your email address. I see it now, so thanks. And Melody is saying that Hall CPA also offers online class to teach people how to set up QuickBooks to track your real estate. So that might be something you might want to look at there, Marlon. Thank you, Melody.
I'll definitely give him a call.
Okay, great. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us today? Kind of a quiet group here and there. A lot of good stuff there. Oh, here, Serena. Okay, Serena's sharing one also. Would you like to, I see it in the chat here. Here's Adam Austin CPA. Would you like to also verbally for us, Serena?
Yeah, absolutely. He is a great CPA. I work with a lot. And he helps a lot of my clients. Just recently helped with 3 fourplexes that had it was a mortgage, and then they did a creative finance wraparound, and it was with a out-of-state investor in California. So he was working with us to kind of figure out the finances, how it was structured, and what parts of it we needed for the sell on market. So he is amazing at digging in and willing to take the time to do that. So I absolutely recommend him. And if you need any help with your QuickBooks, he can help you there. Adam Austin, phone number is 816-269-1647. And his email is adamaustinCPA@gmail.com. He's also a member of the local Mari group. I'm also a member and moderator for the Facebook group. So if you guys are interested in joining that locally, we can do that too.
Thank you, Serena. Excellent. Appreciate that. So that's with Karen Tucker out there. Is that correct?
Kim Tucker?
Kim Tucker. I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
No, you're good.
It's Kim. Yeah, Kim. Very nice. Excellent. Yep. Okay. So really good information today. A couple of CPAs that we could possibly use. Hopefully that'll help you, Marlon. Something we all need is our bookkeepers. Can only do so much of that ourselves. Hey, anybody else have anything that they'd like to put out there today? We got a few off-market deals, which is good. Got some money. We got some we got a lot of things. Let's see.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is anybody familiar with Buildium? It's a platform for property management.
Yes, we use it.
Okay. Is there any way you can send me your information or put it in the chat so I can connect with you?
Yeah, I had put my phone number out earlier, and I think I figured out a way to get it in chat, so I'll do that.
Okay, that'd be great. I'll connect with you later on this
Okay.
afternoon. That works.
Yeah, we've been using it for quite a while now.
That's great. I just started and need a little bit of help.
Yeah, we're even using it for all of our financials.
Yeah, it's a great system.
Yeah.
I also connected with Sunday and gave her my information. If anybody's interested, the local organizer for Invest Her, which is a women's only real estate investment group. There's also one in St. Louis, and they're all across the country. If somebody doesn't have one local and is interested in starting one, definitely connect with me. I also host a weekly board game for Cashflow. Some of you may or may not know what that is, but it's Robert Kiyosaki's board game that he developed. I think it's really important when developing education on wealth building and just your financial IQ. So if anybody's interested in how I organize that and host that, please connect.
Do you do that online, Serena, or you do that in person?
No. Yeah, I do that in person.
Okay, excellent. I bought that game back in like 99 and paid like $300 for it back when it first came out.
It's so funny. I hear that all the time. People are like, I bought that game probably 6 years ago, and I don't think we played it more than once.
Oh, I played it all the time. It was great.
Yeah, I have 4 kids, and we played it for 5 years. It's
Excellent.
awesome.
Who wins?
It varies actually, but
Okay.
yeah, we have 2 that are the majority winners.
Okay, and what are their ages, if you don't mind me asking?
My oldest is 22 and my youngest is 14.
Oh, wow, perfect.
And it's usually my youngest that's pretty good at winning.
Yeah.
And so they'll join us for like the open games that we have. And we get a variety of people that like to join.
Mm-hmm. Very fun. Very nice. A great game. I highly recommend it. If you haven't played Cashflow, I would definitely do that.
I do a lot of hosting for other groups that want to check it out.
Fun. Mhm. Well, maybe we could do something, put something together here in the St. Louis area, or maybe meet somewhere in the middle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, be a lot of fun.
There is a local person by the name of Marlene Trice that offers regular cash flow games.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a larger nationwide network that you can tap into. They do have nationwide cash flow competition games. So yeah, there's a larger group.
Yeah, we just do cash flow on a real basis now. But I'll tell you, it sets the groundwork. It does teach you a lot. Even though it seems basic, there's a lot of things that we kind of overlook, especially as investors, as we've been around for a little while. It's really easy to overlook some of the basic things. So it's always good to do that and brush up on it. Do you do it on a regular basis there, Serena? Do you have a certain time per week or per month, or do you just how do you do that?
Every single Thursday at 6:30. And we have a great space at my office. It's a cafeteria area. So we have plenty of space to put up to 5 games going on.
Wow, very nice.
Always have one experienced player at least at each table and explain the game. And yeah, if we can, we'll get an advanced table and then we do some different rules for that table. But other than that, it's pretty regular.
That's great. All right, anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us today? We got a lot of good variety of stuff here going today.
I was just looking on the line for that cash flow game. Of course, now they're maybe about $60 to $75, but there's many different kinds. Is there one that you recommend?
I use the original. I do have another group that's north of the river here locally, and they use the 2.0.
Okay.
But I think the original is just fine. Their prices and deals are probably closer to the 1990s, but you can still reflect a lot of the information to local markets and what's going on, which is what's most important about that game, is practicing how to look at a financial statement, how to manipulate the numbers on a financial statement and how it affects you. And then also how to look at a deal for the ROI and how to analyze it, and even potentially joint ventures. So we do a lot of instruction through that game.
Great.
Mom and Dad, I was so hungry that I was crying. Well, I got to the it's a whole stuff.
All right, would anybody else have anything else? We had a lot of good things today. We got some grass cutting needs, some staging that we could have done. Got some off-market properties, got some funding available. CPAs share information that was shared. Let's see. Anybody else have anything that they'd like to share today? Good time for investors, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of things going on. Some people are still talking about the market, whatever. I don't know. The market is, people need, as far as I'm concerned, people need to live in houses no matter what. So it doesn't matter if it's going up, going down. There's always ways to make everybody happy, for us all to win. And I know Jeannie and I was kind of talking earlier, the main thing is keep it simple, really simple. I say that a lot, but too many people, especially in the investment arena, like to complicate things. And I noticed that in a lot of the creative stuff that I see out there. You can get too many moving parts. And the best thing that I found, at least for myself and for people that I deal with, is to keep it simple. So contracts and everything. So anybody else have anything they'd like to share today? I will have the replay up. I always say by midnight, the rendition, I'll have it on our YouTube channel. They don't always get the replay on the website until, sometimes it's not till Monday, depending on, because they're on a East Coast time. So it depends on what time we get it over to them. But if you want to see the replay beforehand, it will be on our YouTube channel, but you can always get in touch with me. Easiest way is just go to link2john.com. It's link2john, JOHN.com, and that'll have all my stuff on there. And if nothing else, it will be up there by tonight at midnight, though. That's always my rule. I make sure I get that done before I go to bed, no matter what. So anybody else got anything they'd like to share with us today?
You don't want any more tonight?
No. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. I guess we can call it a day if you'd like. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Now, next week we will have Catherine Davis, the attorney. So it's Ask the Attorney. We'll find out the updates on the court, what's going on. We got a lot of stuff going on around the area, and I won't go into it because I'm not an attorney, but she is. And make sure you tune in. Any kind of real estate related question. Kathy's also really good about giving us referrals. I know I got some people in some of my other groups that come in for just different stuff. They're not always exactly real estate related, although that's what she's the expert in. So, but she does know just about everybody. It's amazing how small the network really is when you start talking top attorneys around. So
Yeah, John.
Yes,
You
sir.
you said something about the bus tour. What's the date on that?
Tentatively, the first one will be June 24th. And I'll have some more information about that, Charles. Well, I'll have it within 2 weeks, but yeah, we're looking at getting it together. I know right now they're checking on what the cost of the bus is and things like that. We are going to do, like we kind of said, we're going to do a lunch included with that. And then we also kind of talked about how to do some of this. Once we look at some of this, we might do another, like a follow-up, a deep dive on what we can do with some of these projects. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up here soon. So just watch your inbox, watch the website, or you can reach out to me anytime. So, but that's the tentative date on that, Charles, will be the 24th.
Okay.
Of
And
June.
also with my information I'd put down before anybody needs leads in the area, I can run lead list.
Okay. Well, you may want to, I think Alex was asking about that earlier. Do you have access to like one zip code of all the, like a listed in a certain zip code?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, Alex.
I can just put a zip code down, punch up the whole list of possibles.
Okay. And if you don't mind mentioning your contact one more time, just so Alex could make a note of that, that'd be great. Okay, if you don't mind saying that verbally, Charles.
Okay, that's 815-324-2133. It is a Google number, so leave me a message if I don't answer it.
Okay, thank you. So that might be what Alex is looking for right there. All right, does anybody else have anything they'd like to say before we wrap it up today? A lot of good shares, got some off-market deals, got some a lot of good things. So hopefully you've made notes. If not, that's why I like to say it verbally too, so you can go back and watch the replay for anything. And the nice thing about the replays is you can stop them and write the numbers down, make sure you get the contact information correctly, things like that. If you got a chance to jot it down out of the chat, do so. And like I said, watch your inbox, watch the website, or you can always reach out to me. It's good seeing everybody. Wish you the best this week and get out there and have some fun. Got to have fun. So. All right. Well, we'll see you all next week then. Thank you all for coming.
John, thank you.
Thank you, John. Have a great weekend, everyone.